They gonna go, yeah, I got some Indian in my family. Well, how we just gonna forget that? How we just gonna forget that?
I had one little, two little, three little Indian. Grandma's for society, keep killing them, telling me, I had one little, two little, three little Indian. Grandma's for society,
Your grandma told you. You got Indian in your family. Yay!
House again the build, forget bake, forget build, again. My skin ain't black, what the deal? Singing loop on my real shit, it's Aborigines, owners of the land and every got tree and every got see invaders ever cross to step foot on the land, and you can step the fuck off. Breathe, you can make a swing the sacred tomahawk. Fuck around with us with that black conscious talk. Fake pics of slave ships, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous. You bogey DNA test. That is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome. Make your skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote. Get that stage out. Meanwhile, I'm rapping about my birthright. Freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black races really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Holly Dole, Title 18. G goes. The pilgrims get free gold with Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bringing my peoples out of the sleep mode. We ain't black, colors, Africans, or Negroes. I had one little, two little, three little Indian. Grandma's for society, keep killing them, telling me,
What up, pal, Dan?
I had one little, two little, three little Indian.
On my chatterbox,
Keep killing them, telling
on my Cherokees, on my Power Monkeys, on my Washingtons.
Halito. What's happening, beautiful ones? Drop a one in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if the sound is clear. All right. Okay, wait, my dad just texted me. I can't see. All right, let me see what he's talking about. How y'all beautiful ones doing? What's really good with y'all? What's really? Let's see. I don't think I meant to do that. Okay, there we go. I think that's how it's supposed to go. So what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? What's going on out there in Indian country? What's happening with you? I hope everything's healthy. It's Friday with Phoenix. I'm sitting here with the coquito and shit. This lady from my mother's job made them, and this is like delicious. I feel like I'm right near the beach. Oh. So, I hear Detroit's on fire. Well, hopefully that'll be a chance. Fire might not be such a bad thing, considering that it's a lot of heat coming off that couch over there and shit like that. Got the alleged general, he feeling some type of way with the Aborigine. He tried to hold on and all that, but he talking about history is the clay and all this other shit, and it was just really, really fucking comical. I don't know who sent him, but it's just a matter of time. It's really not a lot of shit that people can argue when it comes down to grandma. They can get all fancy and talk about all this shit they want to. If they can't talk about grandma, they gonna get their asses whipped with old men and old ladies every motherfucking time. That's just an actual fact. I guarantee y'all, just as I've been saying for the last 2 years, I don't care what nobody tell you, nothing they can do can make you unrelated to your family. Nothing. And that's something that these pan fries is never going to get. They're going to dance around every single subject, everything around the corner, up the block, over the river and through the woods, but they never going directly to grandma's house. They never going to be able to do it. And for the ones, these pan fries, these 250s, when they do figure out what time it is on the what way it is to grandma's house, and they figure it out that it's right here the whole time, I want a fucking apology. Not only will they owe an apology, but we just gonna hope that they boots ain't already smoked by them, because they just so blatantly disrespectful with it. But they have no smoke. They have no smoke, and they damn sure don't want none of this smoke signal. They don't want none of these smoke signals we got. So, shout out to the brother. He trying. Agents got to get paid too. People got to do their jobs, whatever their jobs may be, right? Somebody clearly sent him, and that's still not gonna, negate none of the facts. It's not gonna change anything. We're not running out of content. One thing they gonna learn about the Indian is we ain't never got no content to run out of, because we got about 500 relevant years, tangible history years, that we can attach ourselves to this land in some sort of activity, right? So this is always going to be a problem for them. So it's going to be a problem for them, not you, just them. And that's kind of, it's like a voluntary thing. This is something that, they don't have no problem with. They ain't had no problem with it all these years. I asked them so kindly, so graciously, many a times, on several occasions, I've asked them, could y'all please go back to the day before you ever heard anything about a motherfucking American Aborigine? Now, ask them. You got to ask them when you're arguing, when you're talking to them, and you're debating with them, because they have no life since the day we declared our heritage. They have had no life ever since. Keep in mind, we stay focused on grandma, they stay focused on us. Meanwhile, they over there not minding African affairs, because I ain't see none of these niggas talk about them busting their guns over there in Congo, right, on some Article 26. Like I said, these pan fries and even the continental Africans, they were throwing tomatoes at me when I did the Congo Constitution last year. I did it again this year, and now they over there screaming Article 26 over there in the Congo now, right? Y'all welcome. Pan fries, 250s, you're welcome. So I'm trying to figure out why they not minding those affairs. They over there getting it crunk, taking weapons, all types of shit. Yeah, let's go get up in their fucking business, since they won't tend to it. Since they won't fucking tend to their business, let's get up in their shit. Let's see what we got going on. You know what? I'm not doing Hangouts right now, so the screen share ain't even going to do it the way I wanted to do it. God damn. Listen, you check out the conflict that's going on in the goddamn Congo. Okay? Peace and love, Benny. How y'all beautiful ones doing? What's up, American Indian Council? Dope, super dope, fresh video. Super dope, fresh video. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got to get together and, and kick it about that shit. We definitely got to sit down with that one. Yeah, that video pretty much speaks for itself, boss. I love it. It was creative. It was funny. It was all of that. And it was just really fucking accurately depicted this young dude with the Michael Jackson hands screaming Africa all day at the top of his, it looks like he got short lungs too. I noticed the hands were very miniature. Notice he has some really small hands. That's just an observation. Ladies notice shit like that. And he's always doing videos sitting down, so he's probably not that tall. But yeah, anyway, Dope video, bro. What's up, the rest of y'all? Hi, Aboriginal Q. What's happening, beloved? Michael Bryant, Copper Hot Step, the Ohio player. What's up, baby? Hi, Levette. Seeker of Truth, Cherokee Tolu, William Ivory, John Doe, Cosmic Chlorophyll. I know that's right. I know that's right. What's happening? River Eagle. Ha 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 ha. How you know I got music? How you know I got music? Oh, man. What's up, you beautiful ones? Arthur Gray, what's up, beloved? LL Lewis, how y'all doing? Struggle Zone, peace and love to you. What's good, Q, baby? So, hi, Chicago. What's happening, baby? William Ivory. DOT for the love of me, Nels. What's up, beloveds? I don't buy bull. Hi, baby. David Corey. So, they going wild in the Congo. And ain't none of these motherfucking pan-fries talking anything about it. In other news, they have changed the blood quantum down over there in Oklahoma with the 5 civilized tribes. Y'all need to look into that. Yeah, shout out to Tomahawk Tony for that little spicy meatball. Y'all definitely want to check that out. See what's different about the Stigler Act and how that may, may or may not suit you. But you check out the information and tell them Native Americans sit their asses down and shut the fuck up. Right? About the blood quantum shit. Because all that shit about to be squashed. But check it out for yourselves. Don't believe me. Go read for yourself. So, how y'all doing? What's going on out there in Indian country? Besides us getting ready to get this shit together so we can all go to Flint and make some noise. It's time we make some noise. Everybody else been squawking. Plenty of black people have had their opportunity to shoot their shot. Whatever that shit was, whatever it may be. And we have to go down there and start flexing our feathers. We got to start being in some of these places, particularly, and if there's something else that may be, the 3 places that come to my mind initially are Michigan and definitely Baltimore and Chicago. Those is necessary areas where, we got to start introducing ourselves. I has found got some very interesting information and news and stuff like that. I'm kind of all over. So I've been looking at some things going on with some corruption, looking at certain people that's been getting arrested. And y'all got to pay attention. Never mind some of these instances like, that those distractions like the shit Bird Box, they was just giving, a Netflix a run for their money. You see how quick the Negro make all these people money, right? But they be wanting to Jew you down when they come in your store. They don't want to pay the whole $10. They tell you they got $7.50 plus a whole bunch of sob stories and shit like that. But when they go in, to the fashion district and they go to Saks Fifth Avenue and shit, they are not telling them, them pilgrims that they only got $5 for a $1,000 Gucci belt. They not doing that. But anywho, some very interesting things. There's coroners getting arrested. And they're bringing people down with them. There's so much stuff going on inside our urban areas that we have to get a hold of it. We have to get a hold of it quickly. We have to make ourselves visible, and we got to stop being intimidated by some of the propaganda and shit. What's up, G Major? How are you, beloved? With some of the propaganda and stuff like that. They were running some sort of ad the other day. I had a really long, nice dialogue with my mother, and it comes across the screen that Hitler in 1945, when Hitler committed suicide and blah, 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 blah. So now I know about maybe 2-3 years ago, they released the FBI documents regarding Hitler and him passing away in Argentina. And I think this was in like the late 1970s or something. He actually lived to a very old and ripe age. And you can check that out in the FBI vault. I believe it was finally debriefed. So just having that dialogue and that conversation with her, we are able to quash rumors and stuff like that, regarding these lies that they were telling. This and that's probably like a 40 something 50-year-old lie almost, versus something that just got debriefed, and here it is, this generation that we're able to, finally know the truth. That's because most of the victims are dead, you know what I'm saying? And most of the perpetrators are actually dead now too. And if they're not dead, they won't do a damn thing to them. Thank you so much, Cliffmatic. They won't do anything to them. They end up living very comfortably in these affluent neighborhoods, and not too far outside of our areas. You notice they always have a have a way of these people slipping through the cracks. Like, everybody worries about the Muslim that may not be a citizen, or the other outside of the continental Americas that may not be a citizen. Thank you so much, Base Gordy. They will worry about everybody except the Wasichu, that is actually one of Hitler's people that committed war crimes 70 years ago, and he's still alive, just sitting here chilling, done raised his whole 3 generations, 4 generations here, and nothing happens to those fucking people. We have to look at the unusual suspect, because those is the motherfuckers that got the crazy shit going on that may or may not directly affect you, but these are the people that you're supposed to be doing your neighborhood watch. You think they watching you to make sure you ain't selling no drugs, or you ain't meeting your weed man outside, or doing whatever those little stupid things and shit like that. Meanwhile, while they're not really doing that to get the heat off you, a lot of times they're trying to get the heat off of them. So they have to make these fucking obscene phone calls every time they see a chocolatey person to keep their asses off of their scent. Thank you so much, Anthony. They got this shit in New York City called "If you see something, say something." You think it's snitching if you see some person with a long ass beard and a fucking trench coat and it's 90 degrees outside? Is that snitching? Like, what is niggas talking about exactly? How you feel about your country? Everybody's playing these fucking videos and stuff like that with, all these so-called white people disrespecting so-called black people and stuff like that. I don't even like looking at shit like that. First of all, I will never be that fucking fortunate. I'll never be that fucking fortunate. I would never be that fucking fortunate. I don't even think anybody I know would be that lucky so we can have an opportunity to just, ante up type shit, right? We would never be blessed with that type of fucking recreation, should I say, right? But showing those videos and shit like that, I don't understand how people don't think, like, the opposite. Like, instead they want somebody to feel sorry for the situation, right? This is why the mind is really sick, and this is a lot of part of the things that people need to put to document for they redress the grievances, because now there is a slip where people are having a hard time staying connected to the ground, to reality, right? And what I mean by that is you can show somebody a simple picture. There is a black and white photograph from, 1910s, early 1900s. And it's a guy on his way. He's about to get hung. Apparently, he looks like he's about to get hung. It's a white lady standing there looking mortified. A couple of people looking out the window watching, the guy get hung. But the guy, the so-called black dude that's about to get hung is smiling like he looking like whatever, And that picture, if you just put that, I've seen it. It's like a placebo effect, like it's crazy thing that you can just place these pictures here with no caption, no dissertation, or nothing, and people will automatically start associating them with slavery, lynching, terrible things. That with all sorts of horrible things that they so-called did to black people, all the so horrible things that happen to everybody, right? No caption, no dissertation, no nothing. Just a fucking picture of this dude about to get his ass hung. Allegedly. It could have been totally fucking staged, right? For all we know. But it is a picture of almost 100 years in antiquity, at least. But I'm watching people make all of these comments about this picture, but they don't know if that nigga raped children. They don't know if he was just beating up old ladies. They don't know if he was assaulting young boys. They don't know what the hell this dude did to be placed in that picture at that time with the way the scene was set up like he was about to get hung. But in the mind of so-called black people, they automatically associated that with the worst that they've ever heard about so-called black people. Now, why do people think that is? That's something that you may not even be liable for, because it's the images and the pictures that they put in your mind that ultimately have damaged you in some sort of way. Everybody is looking for all these extravagant things and all of this magnificent documents that say, yeah, we Indian, I knew it. Yeah, this and this and that, right? And I keep telling them, don't, that's not what you're supposed to be really chasing. You already know what the facts are, right? Because what you really should be looking for is something proving that you're African. Something proving that you're not American. Don't worry about finding something that says you that doesn't automatically associate you to a tribe when everybody, damn near everybody's been detribalized, denationalized, separated, segregated. What you need to find is proof that you don't belong anywhere else. That's what you should be looking for. And if you're already in your 4th or 5th generation back right now, let me know when you find it. The chances of you finding an African that belongs to you are slim and fucking none. Now, you got to know that this is how these other motherfuckers are not paying attention to their grandmas. They're tangible ancestors. They want you to just bank on some ancestors that you may or may not be fucking related to. But we sitting here talking about fucking kinfolk. We talking about kinfolk, and we got these charlatans sitting here selling all the water under the fucking bridge. Can't tell you who their great-grandmother is. Can't tell you who their great-great-grandfather was. This is the type of shit that they should be on by now. They should. It's been a couple of years. This ain't nothing fucking new. I got a year on YouTube. I've been on the radio 3 years. By now, these dudes should have some kind of solid evidence. They don't know any of the criteria so that they can get what it is that they feel like they're supposed to get. Because listen to the things that they say, when we were slaves and we was this and we was that, all of these grievances and shit that they say that they have endured, right? Whether it's parroted information or not. I'm trying to figure out, why aren't you doing something about it? You deserve, for all the shit that you think in your mind that you went through, slavery, kidnapped from this place, taken to that place, whipped, beaten, raped, put on a buck breaking farm, a breeding farm, all these fucking ridiculous things that your asses can't fucking prove, but they talk about. Things that they heard, but they can't fucking prove. But they can't prove it at all. So now here it is that they can tell you everything in the world there is to know or not know about Africa. But they can't tell you about themselves, how they got here. They can't tell you if if they got kicked out of the country, they was at war in their own lands, and the chief lost and he sold them, and then these people sold them to these people. They don't have no type of clue. No type of clue. They're not interested in no clue. They're only interested in trying to discredit the American Aborigine. The only thing they're trying to do is look for a chink in our armor. They're looking for plumage, looking for feathers. What they don't understand is 1,000 pounds of feathers is still 1,000 pounds. Niggas ain't lightweights over here, B. I don't want me no little Indian. I want me a big chief. I thought this shit was hilarious. I ain't even mad. I thought the shit was absolutely hilarious. They running out of content. How many times they gonna talk about the same pyramid? Breaking the metal, netter, whatever the fuck. How many times they gonna decipher that? How many times they gonna have the same old lying ass guess? Same old half truth telling ass guess? Even got the elders half truthing, Dr. Smalls and who else is left? Farrakhan gonna die with the truth. He don't give a fuck. Farrakhan gonna die with the truth. You know, they gave him they did his DNA, and his father is allegedly a Jewish man. And you know, he been screaming he hate Jews all the time. So that nigga ain't finna tell you, you know, motherfucking Indian. But he let his granddaughter, whose father is his son, and she says the father was a deadbeat. And niggas forget we made the association with the relations already. So she Indian, but he's not. She Indian, but he's not. So if she recognized, you know, that a lot of so-called black people in America are not from anywhere else but America, you don't think he do? He don't know. He just been through all these motherfucking decades, lived through 9 decades, and it never just fucking occurred to him at all. You think these niggas gonna tell the truth? So what you can expect from, you know, the SETIs and all these other young, energetic, poetic, non-African Africans, all these motherfucking 250s, they can't even get their motherfucking case together. I don't think they're gonna understand until it's time for them to get smacked with a fucking hate crime. And I'm fucking serious. I don't got the time. I'm not dealing with it, you know, because there's a certain way that you used to being treated, especially when you treat people the right way, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that you don't have to expect, a lot of shit you don't have to stand for. So, like the trolling and shit like that, I realize that is some of these people's job to do that. Like, some people get up and go to the supermarket and they're, you know, a clerk at the A&P, that's their job. Some people are dental hygienists and they go and scrape off tartar all day. That's their job. Some motherfuckers get paid to troll. They get up, kiss their wife goodbye, and go to work or go in another room and sit there and fucking troll the fuck out of somebody, and they get paid to do it. Be like that. But there's really nothing you gotta look for over here. We dealing with consanguinity, kinship. We ain't worried about membership. We ain't got no fraudulent activities going on. Can't nobody take us away from grandma. What the fuck are they talking about? So why there's, you know, and then you got these other niggas that's looking to basically drag the so-called black people that's waking up into these black extremist factions. And, you know, not for nothing, for the Israelites, you've been placed there too, right? Some of y'all not creepy as a lot of those other guys, I admit that. But it's too late now. What are y'all going to do to get from out of that? So either you're going to be a black extremist, Israelite / Indian gad, right? Or you're going to be a fucking Indian. Because that shit going to take you off the fucking land. It's going to take you off the land. Gonna take you off the land. You know? Whatever type of activities. But I'm gonna tell y'all have the right to y'all religion. That's what the Lord say. I'm not here to change it. I'm not here to change that. Every constitution tells you that, you know, y'all like 432 job. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, that's a fact, Cosmic Chlorophyll. You know, that's your prerogative. But it can't get in the way of your everyday conversation. That's just some shit you just, you know. You don't let that shit supersede you being an Indian. Because if you do, you're going to get caught slipping. And that moment you forget which one to declare, right? You might get jammed up. But if they feel like they supposed to be there, set apart and chosen and shit, then go for it. You don't have no problems. You ain't going. You did it. But the only thing that concerns me is going to be the increase in vassalage, right? Because when they put you on those black extremist lists and then they do some bullshit and try to trap niggas off and they got niggas in the chicken wing, right? The full Nelson and shit like that. Them niggas is liable to do anything and start working for them fucking people. That's just how niggas get accosted. They don't be what they say they are. Just like we know some of these niggas, these Pan-African, these 250s, you know, some of them getting sent. They getting sent. They getting sent. And niggas want to be loving and trusting and shit like that, right? Shaking tail feathers with motherfuckers and you don't even know what they there for. Get me jammed up, boy. We fucking shit up over here. And the only jam you could do for me is be fucking lying. That shit ain't gonna work out in the favor. So I don't deal with a lot of motherfuckers. I be wanting to work with niggas, but So that's really messed up. And I suggest a lot of these other motherfuckers be careful who the fuck you're around. You don't know what's up. Shaba Shiloh, what's happening, beloved? Indigo Moody. People ain't got a lot of time to be fucking around with the fuck around, man. Ain't got a lot of time to be messing around. And at the end of the day, you should be worried about what type of company you keep it. You should be worried. These niggas be going from camp to 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 camp. You don't meet their wives and children and shit like that. You ain't meet their grandma and all that. They Uncle Pete, they cousin Rodney, grandma favorite nephew or something. You invite them to your home. You think they could be around your spouse and you not feel no type of way? How comfortable are you with them really? Like what's the commonality? Talking to each other every day, that's not enough. You look in a nigga eyes every day, you see how they move, how they body language and shit be. I don't know. It's just some shit that, and don't get mad. We got every right. The female got every fucking right to be leery about the company that niggas keep. Because it hasn't brought us much fruit in the last couple of decades. Those choices and stuff like that. So it's not a matter of none of that patriarchal shit. It didn't work. This is in fact going to work a lot differently. It's going to work a lot differently. And we're just going to be needing y'all to enforce a lot of the law. That's it. Y'all going to have to be the enforcers. But the judgment, not everybody has that judgment. Not all males have that judgment. They have a lot of them have those regressive tendencies, right? And they have a problem taking orders or taking direction from other males that actually are better at certain things than, so the ego kind of gets in the way. So we don't have that kind of time to work out all those little kinks amongst grown people. Wow. So like I'm saying, don't be distracted. You want to see these motherfucking Pan-Africans impress somebody? Let them motherfuckers shake down a family tree some goddamn where. Introduce me to your Uncle Moonbuntu. Let me see your granny with the foo-foo. Right? Show me something, like, because they ain't got it. I watched a video. One of my cousins sent me a video today. And it was a young Nigerian girl, both her parents Nigerian, grandparents and great-grandparents all Nigerian. So she does her DNA test, and she uploads it to GEDmatch, and GEDmatch started matching her with all these fucking Americans that tried to make this girl think that they was fucking related. So the girl is like, okay, wait a minute. So that's not your grandmother. We never heard anything about slavery. Nigerian girl, we never heard anything about slavery. Nigerian people are big on family. They have really huge families, and that even over here in America, by cultural identification, they are automatically bonded with whomever it is that they think is Nigerian. Okay, so she is more likely, very open and honest, more likely to be a lot more cordial to someone that she thinks is Nigerian, or that relates to their Nigerian culture, than she would just having me as a homegirl on a college campus with her, not being able to relate to me because I'm American. Not because I have any connection. So this is what she explains. So now when you get all these fucking dumbass 250 ass Americans saying, oh, you're my cousin. So the little girl is like, okay, so if you're 50% Nigerian, but your grandparents are American and so are their parents too. She was totally fucking confused. So at that point, I thought she was going to just break it down and be like, tell the Americans, like, dumbasses, it doesn't really make any sense. Yet they still could not name the relative that, tells them that they are related. So it was just really, really, really weird. But they're never going to be able to come with a tree. They're not going to be able to do that. And that's kind of, and it's sad to say, but that's kind of going to be the same thing with the Moors. If your last name, you ain't got no great-grandfathers named Pedro and Alfonso and shit like that, those type of names, Gonzalez, Gutierrez, those Muslim Ali, those type of names and shit like that, you're probably not a Moor. You're a Moor by love, not by blood. Right? Moor by love, not by bloodline. Right? Your association, the thing that you feel is most practical and yields you the same results. It's no different than being a Christian. It is not practical. It's dogmatic, because you are still not, in fact, sure who your Moorish relatives are. You don't speak any Arabic. You have no letters of antiquity, anything regarding Spanish, Arabic, or any of the languages in which they were known to have been occupying. And I know you can't show me none of your folks listed as free white people from 1790 census up until now. Are you able to to pull out those documentations, or are you just going to direct us to the UCC and the file list and we don't need this and we don't need that. We farming this and we white and this and that. And black has no standing in law and blah blah. You know all that fly shit. And we was here first and all that fly shit. All that fly shit. So, you know, the burden of proof is always going to be on y'all. And in fact, again, I'm telling you this, you know, to edify, not to break none of y'all niggas down. See, I've been telling them motherfuckers over there to go check out their Congo Constitution. Now they over there turning up. Now what the Indian going to do? Now here it is, the Indian telling the Africans how they need to get busy. Them motherfuckers over there talking about Article 26. Ain't been a nigga over there yet talking about looking at their motherfucking Constitution. Now they over there turning up. I wish them the best. And they absolutely have the right to do what it is that they're doing. So do the people of France. So do the people of France. See, the funny thing is we had a way of turning up as well. But they turned that shit down in 1968, Indian, when they gave you your rights that you end up throwing out the way because you got niggas like, what's the Kamani, the dude that made up the fucking Kwanzaa, them type of niggas. You got these fucking boule, bleach out motherfuckers coming here, talking on that black power shit, putting on dashikis, talking this other black fist in the air dumb shit. I want to know how these 250s talking all this shit to us, but they can't even tell us where the fuck Zaire disappeared to. Right? Zaire is not even on the map no more. And if some bitches didn't name their children Zaire 30 years from now, you'd never remember that Congo, Republic of Congo, was Zaire. Now, who was those kingdoms? How come none of their DNA say Zaire? These niggas is crazy. So sometimes you got to get them in their own fucking lane. You know what I'm saying? A 250 death to self is a fake ass Pan-African. You got a fake Native American. Those are the $5 Indians. And, well, these black Negroes that be popping that shit and claiming all that African shit and can't prove it, they $250 Africans. Just half of that, right? And together they're 750s because those Africans, those known Africans that cannot shake one limb out their family tree, bond with those $5 Native Americans that come from Siberia and they act like you don't have a right to this land. They will tell you that you are not Indian, but not one of them can name anybody that they was ever related to east of the motherfucking Mississippi. They can't talk about where they was in the 1600s. They can't do that. So contrary to what document the Indian don't find that says that they Indian, motherfucker, you gonna find a document pertaining to your people in the 1600s. You will be able to see each century a morsel of yourself, a piece of yourself, a piece of your bloodline. So never mind what it is they say. So combined together, I call them 750s. When they both get together, the $5 Indian and the $250 African, when they get together and become that $7.50 cheap hoe trick, and they use it to oppress me, that's what I call them. Not because I'm a mean person, but that's what I sum them both up to when it comes down to me having to argue over my motherfucking grandma. Or them even thinking that it's up for fucking debate. When clearly they both profess themselves to be fucking foreigners. So, I don't feel the same. We in a no grandma killer zone, y'all. That's what that is. So, I call them motherfuckers 250s. And when they get together with the Native Americans, them $5 Indians, they is 750 all together when you add it all up. And they think they nickel slick, but the Indian got their copper penny change. Get it? That's how they roll. So, that's what a 250 is, dollar. Halito Jeffrey Jackson, what's up, Wanagi? Rising Sun, Hot Star Child. Ashe, what's up, beloved? So, yeah, that was that. Yeah, that's the 250s North Indian Wolf. You know, you gotta. That's what they do. I seen a lot of obsequiousness, a lot of ingratiating, bootlicking Negroes and shit. Really, really laugh at silly jokes, laugh at monkey jokes and all of that shit. Just because I say I'm motherfucking Indian, you got motherfuckers darker than night that sit there and laugh with these crackers and these foreign Asians just to have a joke about me saying me being Aboriginal. They do it. They do it. They don't have no problem. They will make us expendable. These is the niggas that got they, they have they preference for clear women. And then they even let the light-skinned Pan-African female slide with all the racial epithets too. Niggas got some just undying sympathy for the light-skinned Pan-African women that get to pop a lot of shit. Now you go ahead and tell me I'm fucking wrong. You go ahead and tell me I'm fucking wrong. Niggas was dealing with Riri all delicate and shit like that, right? Dealing with them all delicate. Now one of these niggas would defend me and I got 30, maybe 40, 50 niggas on my back talking all types of shit. But they get disrespected by this fucking bitch. And the niggas ain't say nothing. They took it real light on her. That's the whole fact. And I dare these niggas I dare the Indians to act like I'm fucking lying. Because I used to bark on them all the fucking time. I dare them to act like I'm lying. Yeah, but so that's the whole fact. That's how they used to do it. But that's neither here nor there. These motherfucking 250s though, they need to start living their fucking life because they spending a lot of time dealing with us. They ain't learned nothing about us. They ain't learned none of the shit that we was talking about. They just so busy opposing it. They just looking for something to counter what it is that many of us are saying in our argument, but they never gonna grasp in their mind that nobody's denying being African. We can't find no motherfucking Africans. It's hard for them to get that shit together. It's hard for them to get that together in their mind. Don't ask me why. They supposed to be so scholarly. I don't know why. I don't know why. That shit just don't work out in their mind for where so where they can grasp that type of shit. I don't understand. They can't deal with them numbers. They have a hard time dealing with that 300,000. They done got a whole population of billions of people, right? Or for 300,000 in the entire whole history of fucking slavery in the Americas. I don't know how they could do that in North America. I'm really just interested in knowing how that shit worked out for them. But one thing I'm going to say, and this is a whole nother topic, now that we know what we know, how is everybody positioning themselves to make sure that it is socially accepted and greatly needed for us to have as many children as we can have, as many Indians as we can have? Niggas still gonna be laughing at the bitch up the block that got more than 3 kids? Is that how it goes? Gonna shame the bitch that got a couple of kids? When many of us come from grandmothers that have 15, 20, 10, 11 kids? Niggas ain't got that kind of time, but they sure got that kind of time, with the after hours though, right? They got that kind of time. Right? Because before, when a nigga put a baby in somebody, his pickup line was probably, are you doing anything for the next 30, 40 years? Why, no, I hadn't planned on it. They shit was real fucking simple, right? Kind of like the Tarzan, Jane type shit. But before a nigga bring her stock down, he married her. You see what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't bringing the woman's stock down, right? Because they always wanted to marry one of the powerful women, right? Because we was powerful. Our families was powerful. And it was always a dude that wanted to be down with our family, with the woman's family. So he wanted to marry a uncle, a aunt, a niece, a sister, a daughter of somebody that was a big situation, a big deal. Like, look at the women in the Powhatans, the Kokowski and Pocahontas. Thank you, beloved indigenous feathered American. They wanted to be down with them. Now, y'all keep in mind, these niggas always talking shit about the white ancestors or the so-called white European ancestors that came here. Do you realize these niggas was here already in 1605, 1606, 1607? They was already here for 12 years with no women. So who do you think they was having having relations with our grandmothers? This is how they ended up passing down being the Indian traders, because they was the first people here. I don't know if y'all know the history. I'll just speak about Jamestown. There was no women for 12 years. So either these men, them colonizing men, was bonking each other, which we know that was more than likely occurring. But they had to be messing with the Indian women. They was messing with the Indian women. And mind you, our people, thank you so much, Donald. Our people were not so caught up on sex the way they do it to us now. They were not so caught up. They were not so caught up like that. This is why they would do call some of the women squaws, right? People were polymorous. They had multiple loves. They had plenty of children. You look at all of these chiefs. These niggas had 100 children with 15 different women. You think them bitches was sitting there setting each other fucking longhouses on fire and shit? Oh, when I see Winnemucca, I'm gonna fucking do this to her and all of that. And they didn't have those kind of problems. So something went wrong when they started introducing this shit. We started losing our cool and our ability to discern and to do what was best for the village. Like, people, these niggas be talking about, oh, having multiple wives and shit like that. It sound good probably to other niggas and shit like that, but nigga, you can't even stand your moms. You don't even treat your sister right. When the last time you went to a daddy-daughter dance? Like, that's not for everybody. That's not for everybody. And I'm going to tell y'all niggas the truth. After what a lot of these chicks been through, you better off just telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. You may be getting down with somebody that's with everything you with. But the lies is what motherfuckers can't stand. This is the wedge to just insulting the motherfucking intelligence and shit like that. Bitches ain't with that. They earning bread now. They making schmoves. Making money moves. With or without. They may be chicken heads. They may be birds. They may be everything. But they stood still long enough to get a piece of something to where they can, find amusement in whatever fucking ozone layer they may be reaching for. However it goes. Not even being judgmental. But they out here earning. They out here doing something. Maybe they just need the right motherfucker to put them in the, the right fucking direction. The right direction. Niggas, bitches got kids already. So all that whining, and especially if you're not the baby daddy, nigga, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta prove yourself. They shouldn't even have you around their children without you being heavily vetted. You can't forget to court these ladies. it's a lot of instances where there's single fathers out here now. It's a lot of single fathers out here. You don't think they deserve love? They done lost all their cool points. These niggas, they may get to watch football on Sunday, but that's after they got to do their daughter hair for school in the morning. I know some guys like that. Talking about, yo, is this part straight? There are some guys like that. So what about those type of families? What about those type of families? These bitches think they too good to be a stepmother. They don't have enough love to be a stepmother. I don't think it's the same way. You just think a nigga take you out to dinner, he got to bring a tray for your 2 children home and bring some groceries when he come over, detergent and shit. But you ain't even doing his laundry. But you understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Would it be the same if you met a single father and he couldn't take you out because he ain't got a babysitter? Could it be a Netflix and chill night? Chill for real, not that kind of chill. Planned Parenthood played a number on a lot of people. They made it really bad for bitches like Dashiki. Nobody wanted to be Dashiki, right? Nigga, you kissed everybody in the party, right? She got a bunch of kids. Now, kids, what you say when you meet a nice man? Are you my daddy? Now these bitches got 1 baby, 2 babies, and they don't want to have kids. They talking about, I want to do career. I want to do all this other stuff. Now nobody's concerned with the family structure. They're more concerned with careers now. They're more concerned with titles now. They're not concerned with being fruitful and multiplying. They're not concerned with 7 generations. They concerned about right now. Right. So, what's up, Michi Butterfly? What's up, Window Poikin? Halito? See? Right. So, it's stuff that, it's a lot of stuff that we could be doing together as a team, but we just got to work some of these little things out. Mainly is keeping these fucking 250s out the way, because you see, we got 1,000,001 problems amongst each other. Not even problems. We got a bunch of solutions. Those problematic motherfuckers want to be on our tail. They want to be on our tail. That's why they sitting over there in Detroit mad and talking about, whatever it is they talking about. Whatever it is they talking about. I know that's right. I know that's right. Shout out to you, brother. That's right, G Major. That's right, G Major. Niggas can't be afraid of no motherfucking children. Don't be afraid. We need to multiply. We have to figure out a way to counter all of this pro-life shit and all of that. Making it uncool to not wanting to bring other Indians into this country, into this world, right? We want them to be dominant, right? We want them to be dominant in their land. We want them to be in abundance in their land. Right? We want them to keep procreating amongst each other. Right? Keep all of the clans and the bloodlines going. Right? So many of us now. And we still bumping into 20 and 30 common relatives at one point or another. 6 degrees of separation. Right? We got to start arranging our children's relationships and who it is that they're going to marry. Got to show them what type of stock that is going to be necessary to keep the family business running, to make sure that they want to represent the family name. See, why you think, this is something, a lesson that people can learn from the Pilgrim woman. You don't like it? Right? Because they raise moguls. They raise men that take over the world. They care about the name. You will not see her. They only make $100,000 a year. You will not bring Jennifer to this house. Right? They don't care. Whoever family got affluence, got money and shit like that. That's who little Robert can see. Other than that, it's a no-go. Over my dead body. Over my dead body. You won't get your trust fund if you deal with that one. Right? They deal with another power family. Thank you so much, Rainstorm. They deal with other power families. See, I'm athletic. I'm athletic, and we come from athletic families. I would want my children, my grandchildren, to have the same type of things, right? I would like them to have the, like the men in my family, they can do work with their hands, like fix a car or, sheetrock or, just they can do masculine things. They can fish. There's just a lot of things that they can do. I would like to have someone that marries my daughter to have these type of characteristics, right? I'm not wrong. They grown, but I'm not wrong. Because I know what's important for them to select their type of mate in order to have their children and stuff with, so we can have a good relationship. We can have a good relationship. Our families are now combining with each other, right? My daughter's marrying into a good family. My son's marrying into a good family, right? These are the things that we want. We concerned about. I have a lot of them too, Datera. I would love to see them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sapani Badger. Halito, beloved, thank you so much. Datera, I would love to see those. I would love to see those. Let's email me so we can exchange those kind of things. I love that. Thank you so much for telling me that. We got to make sure that we coming from the good stock. We come from good stock. We want to make sure that it is perpetual. The best that has now come out of us after we done all went through the fire and came out shiny like gold, right? All that pressure and shit that a lot of us went through, we coming out shining like a diamond right now, okay? With that being said, how can you put your offspring over here next to, a dirty rock? This is the type of shit we gotta concern ourselves with. What type of temperament do these children have? Like, are they very needy? Are they self-starting? Do they take initiative? These are the things that we wanna make sure that we dealing with. Can your son-in-law run your business in the event something happens to you so that he can provide for your daughter? Right? Is there going to be some sort of thing set up so that, everybody is actively involved and engaged in the rearing in more people that are qualified and capable of keeping our, perpetuating the things, the new practices that we have to implement right now so that our posterity is secure? These are the things that we got to cultivate. It's no more thinking about slavery and all these other horrible things. Now we have to think like free people. And we have to behave like free people. In those areas, we got to be responsible. Free people have an obligation to be responsible for a plethora of things. And those things are not always so obvious. But even down to picking who your grandchildren are going to be procreated by is important. Thank you so much, Michael George. It's important. And these are the type of things we got to make sure, we don't get washed out. So we don't get washed out. At the end of the day, y'all, we got to think like a nation. Got to think like a nation. Everything that we do has to be for 7 generations ahead. There's no self-gratification here. There's no self-gratification here. There's no instant gratification here. This is hard work. You have to enjoy the smallest of things because your responsibility is now to your people, right? So when I say enjoy the smallest things, I mean 5 minutes of quiet. If you get to go to the bathroom by yourself, you're in a good position. If you get to open your eyes and you can distinguish if it's night or day, you're in a good position. If you can brush your own teeth and wash your own face and wipe your own ass, you're in a good position. You got all your faculties about yourself, you're in a good position. A better position than most. I tell you, our grandma said if everybody had to throw all of their problems in a pile, you'll go grab your shit back. You'll go grab your shit back. Right? With that being said, like gotta make sure that we get our children on the same page. It's absolutely imperative that we do so. Tell them what they're supposed to be looking for. You know what I'm saying? They got to be looking out for certain things, certain characteristics. They should be interested in the things that you are interested in by now because you have led by example. Not because you sit there and tell them over and over and over again that they Indian, that they this, they that. What's up, Jeffrey Irvin? Gang, gang. What's happening, beloved? Halito Young Cherokee. Oh, damn, El Bodia. Damn. 4 of them? That's deep. Damn. Wow. Sorry to hear that. OCO. And you know what else too? For those of us that are grandmothers and grandfathers, I can't wait to be a grandparent. But for those of us that are grandmothers and grandfathers, you have to preserve yourself. Because now it's imperative that your grandkids actually grow up with people with silver hair, with the salt and pepper. Right? They're not even used to seeing real silver-haired elders. Remember, we got to see great-grandmothers with the hair so silver they get that rinse in their hair and it look light blue. And they had that shiny-ass, long, light blue-looking hair, silvery, light blue. That rinse that they used to use in their hair when they had their little pin curls and shit. And then they just pull it out and their hair curl just drop. Their shit was all soft. They need to see silver-haired elders. Real grandmas, not the ones that's in the club. It's not the same effect. It's not the same effect. They need big mamas for real. Not too many glamours, right? Some real shit. Some real shit. We got to work on some of these things so, Brothers, I want to have a couple of sessions too with y'all, particularly because I want to exclusively discuss some areas that'll strengthen up a lot of y'all strategies and not being targeted and stuff like that. We know y'all targeted and all of that, but there's some. This is why we're gonna have to be getting together soon, because there's some conversations that they're not for this platform. They're not for a lot of platforms or a lot of venues, but there is some caveats that I really want to share to make sure that y'all maximize your protection. Okay, let's just say that, and kind of take the bullseye off of you. You understand what I'm saying? I know y'all need that. Definitely would like to discuss that. We're gonna get to that when we get to these some of these events that we're looking to plan. That'll be something that we'll say when we're in the same room together. You know what I'm saying? Versus this type of venue. But yeah, because there's just a lot of things that we can't discuss out in the open. Some things, when it comes down to the law and shit like that, we ain't gotta hide. That's they shit. That's what they put together, in agreement with what our folks have as a trust. And, as long as it's not repugnant to that, then, that's not nothing we gotta worry about. But again, I'm gonna tell y'all, we gotta get these fucking families together. And for those of you who have the family members that ain't trying to really hear what y'all saying, you have children, you got cousins, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be somebody. Thank you so much, Marlon. There's gonna be somebody that you can deal with. It don't gotta be your direct cousin. It could be your second cousin, your mom's first cousin. Right? It could be them too. They still bloodline relatives. Y'all still have common fucking ancestors. That's really all you gotta worry about. See, the beauty of doing the genealogy versus the DNA, you can go in the white pages right now and call out somebody that you've never met, never heard of you, and tell them who your common ancestor is. When they get their little results from Ancestry, they are unable to call anybody. They're unable to call anybody and say, hey, I'm your cousin. They gotta wait till they load that shit on GEDmatch and then be creepy trying to contact the real fucking African so they can attach themselves to that African without an African relative. It's creepy shit. That's some creepy shit. I could call up a fucking stranger in West Bubblefuck right now and be like, hey, such and such, you don't know me, but my name is such and such, and our 10th grade grandmother is Alice Green from such and such and such and such and such and such. Well, person could rationalize with that, even get back to me, and find out that what I'm saying is exactly a fucking fact. They can't do that. The 250s can't do that. So their distraction is always going to be talking shit, trying to find these instances where we done broke down this slave trade. Now they trying to say we saying that the slave trade never happened, right? But what happens is they get us so motherfucking aggravated that we just be like, man, fuck your fortress, right? Kick their whole sandcastle over. They get like that. I get that. But at the end of the day, nobody's saying that it didn't happen. But they don't like the fact that it didn't happen the way that they were told that it happened. That bothers them. It's not the fact that, we're saying that we're from here. It's the fact that you're not saying that you're from Africa. Think about it. Dumb as shit. Seems like the same thing, but it's really not. This is how you can tell that, and also their antipathy is proof. It's proof of the vassal spirit that dwells within them. Not like the fucking soul people at all. So completely disconnected. That it is beyond them to have any type of understanding as to how do they think we feel. Never once consider it. Never do they care. make no indication that they do in the slightest bit at all. It's just vitriol, vitriol, vitriol. They are absolutely vehement. So maybe they're losing a lot of money. Maybe they are really just, their pockets is just tanking, and it's just some shit that they missing out on, because now we on the scene talking about we home already. Who knows what it is? Who cares? I know we really don't care, to be honest with you. What's up, Run Joe? We really don't care how they feel about it. Just kind of hoping that they feel this strong about their own ancestors. I know that's right, Empress Isha. So, they're going to have to get some type of action plan together. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to start running down on some of these situations, too. So, niggas need to pick a battle. Which one going to be first? Chicago, Flint, Baltimore. We all got to be seen together in some of these troubled fucking areas. We all got to be seen together down at these city halls, talking to these mayors, talking to these governors, talking to these coroners. We all have to be seen together. We, the people. Finally speaking after a long fucking period of not saying too much and nothing at all. Or transferring the buck and allowing other people to speak for us, whether we agree with it or not. It ends up being too late because we've let them say too much. Some of these people need to know. So now that everybody's a fucking chief, I asked where the Indians is at, because the Indians that's getting their ass whipped don't need to be alone. So one of the chiefs and the other chiefs going to get together and go help out the motherfucking Indians that they responsible for. It wasn't really to piss anybody off. Wasn't really for nobody to come yelling, who wants some? Who wants some of Big Debo? Beat you down, beat him down, right? It wasn't for that reason. It's to see who ready to get up and go. It's go time right now. If niggas had to get up and go and be in D.C. on motherfucking Monday, or down here, Avenue of the Americas on Monday, so we can sit down and shoot our shot with the United Nations, what niggas is ready? Those motherfuckers I want to work with. Go time, on the fly. Who feels that they're qualified for that? Who not going to freeze up? Who going to be ready at that type of time? We got to hit up these troubled areas and let these people know that they're not alone. Sometimes that's the push that they need. Not somebody to judge them and keep telling them what they doing wrong, what they not doing right. They had enough of that shit. But just somebody to fucking know that somebody is there. Nigga, we got your back. Don't look back. Let's go. Sometimes people just need that. Sometimes they just need to be told, yo, you got it, son. You could do it. You could do it. It's going to be all right. So, those are the things they do. Some responsibilities that chiefs are responsible for. It's a lot of things that you got to know. And if you can have these relationships with the people that you are around and they are fortified and strong, these are the things, it's going to be the same way when our respective heads of states, right, start linking up and building together. When we're able to sit down and have dialogue and shit like that outside of these venues, when it's just on our own terms in our own space, the way we like to do things, right? We're going to have to set these things up. Nobody's going to do it for us. So, we need a couple of grant writers. There's some programs and stuff like that. And then, for the people that's got the land already, like, what's up? Y'all want to build? What y'all want to do? Y'all want to put something together so we can, reduce homelessness this winter? Like, do we need some carpenters out there? You need some contractors? What do you need? City permits? You need building? What is it that you think you need, like, to develop? Some people are ready to completely come out of, the city living, and they're looking for that type of thing. So what about developing and stuff like that? Or even just having cabins or a retreat or somewhere where the Indians can go, right? Where the Indians can go. And they can pay too, because they pay these crackers. So I don't think you can let nobody, I ain't telling you to give your shit up to let nobody stay for free. That ain't how it go nowhere. On the fucking hut at the top of the mountains in fucking Nepal, the rent due on the first of the month. So, I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's get some action, because now we got to start minimizing the things that people are fucking worried about so that we can get the best out of their usefulness. Because if everybody's tired, worn, and broken up, by the time, we're in position and we look back to see if they're able to support, they done got worn out already. They done got washed up and worn out already. And we done lost that opportunity, right? Sometimes, most of the times, when prepared people meet the right opportunity, magical shit happens. Right? We know that to be a fact. We know that to be a fucking fact. So, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. What's up, Donnie? Halito, cousin? I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I'm so glad y'all came to sit down and speak with me Friday with Phoenix. I'm gonna get together with the fellas. We got something special planned too. I can't wait. I wish they was able to dip in tonight. Well, you got Brother K and American Indian Council. They in the chat. Definitely would like to speak with a couple more of y'all. I'm sorry the day gets ahead of me. Call me. Y'all gotta call me. Y'all got my number. And especially if we've been trying to catch up with each other for the last couple of weeks, definitely, give me a call and share this. I'll have a little bit of downtime, especially this week coming up. It'd be a good time to catch me. But for everybody else, yo, Homestead, that's right, Deaf to Self. That's right. But at the end of the day, we're just gonna make sure we get this shit together, man. Don't be afraid, because while these Pan-Africans, these 250s talking all this shit, they never gonna find a law here that protects their old African asses, right? And when they go over there in 2019, when they move back home to their motherland, they're not gonna be citizens either. They're gonna be guests. Okay? They're gonna be guests. Hope y'all find y'all medicine person, because there won't be no Medicaid over there. Won't be none of that. Won't be none of that. It's not a lot of those conveniences and the spoils that people have become accustomed to. You may not have those creature comforts everywhere else, so best of luck. Okay, G, best of luck with that. But meanwhile, I'm looking forward to us being able to spend more time together, Indians, because with the distractions leaving, after 2019, you figure all these Pan-African niggas should just be fucking quiet. Nothing that they talk about should be about America, because they got their opportunity to go back home. They got 2019, right? It's their time. So after that, there shouldn't be nothing else to talk about, huh? Johnny Aborigine said niggas should go away after this. Then that's true. There should be nothing else to talk about, because the Africans are going back to Africa. They're going to Ghana, and they should not be here being no thorn in our side, screaming Abo, Abo, Abo. You never call me an Abo to my face. That's like calling me black. I'd walk up one side and down the fucking other. That's so disrespectful. It's very disrespectful being called an abo and calling somebody a fucking abo. That's why I tell you, these black sons of bitches is fucking racist. They disgusting. Not racist, they're prejudiced. There's nothing wrong with being racist. Racist is about your stock, your family. So you supporting your family in a competitive nature, that is what the whole successful people in the world are doing. That is what is unique about the 1%. It is a bunch of families that stick to the same fucking script no matter what. No matter who's mad at who. No family disputes have ever stopped the Rockefellers from their main fucking goal. No family dispute has ever gotten in between the motherfucking Rothschilds and some shit didn't work out the way they wanted to. Nothing that they went through personally has ever interfered with the common goal that those families had. That's racism. Bias and prejudice is something completely different. And these black Pan-African 250s are biased and prejudiced against the Indian, and they show it every day. If we was black Filipinos talking about we going back to Philippines, they be like happy as fuck, right? But we talking about we home already, and that shit just makes them oh so mad. Makes them so upset, like somebody opened up an umbrella in their rectum. Makes them all sorts of upset that they go on these fucking rants and everything and talk all this shit, but they can't even produce a family tree. How long did Dr. Ben tell these niggas that it was okay to go without dealing with their grandma? How Dr. John Henry Clark never told these niggas that? Ivan Van Sertima ain't never said nothing about his Dutch ancestry, did he? Never did he. Never did he. Horace Butler asked, nobody did Horace Butler's genealogy. You don't think that man was withholding some information, but niggas always want to quote his ass though, right? They were so scholarly that they just happened to miss the fact that there are no fucking slave ships, and good chance that these Negroes is the motherfucking Indians. Never dawned on anybody. Brilliant men like that, dancing around those fucking stories. Half-truths and shit. You know, whatever. But at the end of the day, like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all too tough. It's Friday with Phoenix, and I'm so glad y'all came. So dope to see y'all. I want to make sure that y'all be safe this weekend. And yo, if you get detained, don't be drinking and fucking driving, doing no crazy shit. If you get detained, how about you don't say nothing? Don't let them ask you how your day was, where you coming from, all this other shit. Like, plead the fucking fifth. Okay? If they fucking detain you, right? If they fucking detain you, you still not going to say nothing. Just be quiet. Silence. Remember how Martin Lawrence, I'm sorry, I used to watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies and shit. So I always talk, me and my children do it. We quote movies and TV shows that, you know, everybody knows and shit like that. But much love to you too, Jeffrey Jackson. But yo, you know, I'll send y'all peace and love and light through the ancestors, you know, and my most humble supplications to the universe, y'all. I really do. So make sure y'all stay safe this weekend. Don't be doing nothing foolish. That wild Indian shit only go but so far. We gotta wild out on the motherfucking oppressors, not each other. Right? On the oppressors, not each other. You know what I'm saying? And take care of each other. And take care of your loved ones. Maybe now's a good time to squash some arguments or settle some beefs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Might be a great time to do that. And, you know, live a little, man. Live a little. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I love y'all so much. So much.
We Aboriginal. Phoenix Moon is the illest. She's Aboriginal. Phoenix Moon is the illest.